Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. Back recording with the microphone, which is quite nice for a... Get rid of that notification. For a... I believe it's an RTSL game. Yeah, RTSL Truman Division 2 against... I'm not even sure if I should attempt pronunciation. Not very good at it. So I think for now, until I can find the exact spelling on my phone, we're just going to say we're playing Makek. I hope that's close enough, and I hope it's not offensive to our opponent, but I'm not quite so good with pronunciation of names, so just bear with me. We're playing as the US today, so let's accept the invite and get underway. Been on a bit of a losing streak recently. Got knocked out of RTSL playoffs, which was a shame, but it's what it is. First year, didn't expect too much. And this hand is... I think I quite like it. Let's say hi to our opponent. That's not correct. So yes, this hand. Purge would be bad, obviously. Both D cards is nice to deny them access. I think it's a captured Nazi headline. Nothing else really seems to make sense, and getting those 2 VPs is nice, seeing as something I know I do quite often is not prioritise space as much as I maybe should. A 4-up's nice. If we get purged, we'll have to... Well, if we get purged, we're going to have to discard to blockade anyway because of both D cards. So just getting my card tracker up to date before we kick off. Let's see, duck and cover, that's in our hand. NORAD got that, independent reds, Cambridge 5 and capture Nazis. Let's see, that's 8 cards, yes. Okay, and don't see any reason to not do the 4-4-2 considering we have no Europe attack cards and no defectors, no Marshall Plan. Seems to just be a standard setup situation. And headline the Nazis. I assume a better player than I could do something ridiculous with headlining NORAD or something, I don't know, but from my level I think we're just going to stick with basics. Capture Nazis, 4-4-2, and hopefully not seeing Purge. Hopefully no Purge, no blockade. Purge blockade would be a disaster. No Vietnam would be nice, but we can't have everything. Europe. Okay. That's interesting. Let's mark Europe as in the discard pile. Captured Nazis in the removed pile. NTB Big Coup in Iran. What's it going to be? Ah. Oh. That's pretty decisive. I think it is 45 minutes. But last time I struggled pretty badly with the time and ended up losing on time. Yeah. No harm in asking, is there? You know, if I should probably make my move anyway. I guess it's pretty standard 2 Egypt, 1 Malaysia, and take Middle East present, start moving toward Thailand. Even though there's not a huge rush on Thailand, still think it's going to be good to get towards it. Very, very nice of our opponent to be so considerate. Not everyone would be, especially if they knew I struggled on time and saw it as perhaps a free win. But yeah, very, very nice of them. I'm just opening up the RTSL spreadsheet, so I'm going to have a crack at name pronunciation. Could go terribly wrong, but well, what's the point in having a microphone if you can't embarrass yourself? So let's see. Oh gosh, this is going to be difficult. Okay, so we are playing Katsiaryna Makouskaya. Katsiaryna. No, that's terrible. I feel at least somewhat okay with Makouskaya, but I don't know. This is why I don't use a microphone. I embarrass myself less with pronouncing names. I'm just going to go with Kat. Hopefully that's an acceptable abbreviation of the first name, and I'm just going to, if you see this, apologise for butchering your name in such a fashion. It is not one of my finer moments. Okay, but so now. She's gone to South Korea, so DEFCON 4, I'm going to need to coup before the end of the turn. Cambridge could be the coup card, or Independent Reds. I guess it's going to be Iran, for lack of a better option. Could go Libya. Could go Libya and Lebanon. But I feel if she had Middle East dumping it, or making some play in there, so I'm just going to go Libya, I think. Save my ops for trying to get Thailand later. I think next turn I want to space, lower DEFCON, move into Thailand. Would all be good things to do, okay? What's happening here? Coup Libya. Okay. That means I think I want to 3-op. I want to go to Thailand. 1 Lebanon. Then next turn I'll space. No, I need to move into Thailand now. Or do I? I've got decol and D-style. What access is there? There's Vietnam, but if Vietnam is played I have US-Japan, so I think I just coup. Take my mill-ops. And if Nasser I move into... I would lose Lebanon that way. But I would get 2 VPs. No. I think I want to take Lebanon before I lower DEFCON. D-Style's obviously the hold. My next 2 turns ideally would be coup in space. I'd like to coup next turn. It's nice to not have the pressure on space because of capture Nazis and headline. I always seem to delay space more than I should. Okay, Korean War, I assume that's just going to finish taking Korea. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to take this opportunity to get my mill-ops. I don't expect anything from this coup. Okay. That's not terrible, not terrible. Obviously I wasn't getting in no matter what, but that locks up Lebanon. So I think I'm going to space next turn, and US-Japan will go Thailand, Laos, Libya, unless something happens here that demands I respond to it. Romania, okay. Iran makes sense. I will now space decol. Fail, that's not great, it's not the end of the world either. And then USJ will take Middle East on unless my opponent takes Iraq, which would be reasonable enough, I suppose. Definitely overprotect Thailand so that Vietnam can't flip it. Moving to Laos. And Libya for Dom. Europe scored, so France isn't urgent. There are 3 Europe attack cards still coming, so putting 1 or 2 ops into France would feel quite weak at this moment in time, I suppose. No pressure to rush into Africa, which is nice. Controlling decon D-style means I'll be able to do the walk at a later moment and not make it a coup target. 5-year plan. What? All reasonable moves there. 5-year plan Middle East, okay, that makes sense. Makes Libya a less appealing target. Let me check country count, so that's 3 to 3. But I still think we want to go there because of Nasser, and it's a relatively stable country, and as something like Muslims comes along, And it will be back on turn 3, and it's just good to have, so I think I can't see Asia going too badly wrong, actually. Vietnam headline gives Dom, and that is something at this that you would give up a coup for. Yeah, 3-3. Okay, no, we need to do something about that, so we'll take Malaysia as well. And one op. What do we want to do with one op? France is possible, but then Sotgov, Suez, neither of them are bad headlines, so they make that redundant. Panama, because it's the most obvious coup target. You could also coup Egypt, but with Nasser around, that feels icky. Libya, but then you're just coupping Libya. I think Panama. Yeah, I like Panama. Seeing as I've got the access card to try and maintain my own holdings there. Okay, this isn't a great hand, definitely less good than our last one. Purge would make this really bad. We've only got 2-3 ops and they're both red. We've got IP War, which I'll take a swing at. We've got Special Relationship. Fidel, which will activate CIA, that's actually... I don't mind giving Fidel in the early war if it gets CIA active. But we've got a decent amount of ones. I think the headline's IP War. Gives us a shot on Pakistan. Gets Milops. Nothing else is really any good. Europe's very vulnerable now, but I'm not sure what to do about that. And I've also got Truman. I think it's IP War. Before getting into India as well. Possible hit would be at its most potent here. I mean, of course, China could just flip it straight back, but I would get China out of that. I mean, it's only a 5 or 6. It's only a 33% chance regardless, but the Milops are good. Milops are a nice guarantee. Vietnam, okay. I feel justified in my AR6 play. Come on. Oh. Can't win them all. So that's 4-4 on country count. But I have Indonesia and Philippines that I can immediately move into. Suez coup where? Egypt? No, Panama. Well, that X drop was... Now that she is in the mid-war regions, Fidel is much less pleasant. Okay, I need to plan out my hand. I'm not sure I can hold D-style with blockade. So this is safe. I'll move into Libya and that's fine. Truman's fine. Sotgov is an empty action round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fidel to space and blockade D-style. It's not nice, but
the challenge of the 20th century is the challenge of
hopefully avoids any major problems.
Natural forces.
West Germany's not good. I think I'm going to go 1 France, 1 Libya. Because I need to take Libya before inventing Nasser, because Nasser is getting invented. And I want to have something in France. In case of a West Germany poke, I can... If I absolutely had to, I could use Fidel to fill France, and... Well, there's de Gaulle as well, so it's not great, but... There's always Truman. It's not a good hand. But turn 1 hand was very good, so can't really complain. And... Okay, I like seeing defectors going back in attack. Yes, that is unfortunate, and that does make it 5-3. Don't hate the VP, I guess it's going to be Fidel. Only way to stop Dom. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stop Dom. Am I even going to be able to stop it? I don't think I had the luxury of overprotecting Lao. And even if I do this, a 1-op takes Burma. And then, what? I have nothing. Maybe I should have overprotected Lao, I don't know. Then I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. I think if Cat wanted to go for Asia Dom, balls to the wall, it would be doable, but perhaps I should have overprotected Lao, I'm not sure. Taking Indonesia and Philippines feels like a waste of time because a one-op retakes Dom and then I have absolutely no answers, so I shouldn't be giving away those ops.
Our efforts are made in the belief that men and nations can cooperate.
I think
And
I'm
that
going
there
to
are
space
no
for doubt, so I'm not.
which
Don't want to be
men
tempted to
of
play it later.
goodwill cannot solve or
But what if I need
adjust.
to? You know what? No, I'm just gonna NASA, Libya. If she has Asia, she has it, and I can't stop the Dom long term. That could well have been my error. Yeah, maybe one France, one Laos the play. Then I'm not sure if the opts to take Libya. It's not a good hand. It's probably going to lose something, but losing a Dom is callous. At least I keep Thailand. That's something I'm not too sad about. In fact, just going back in the deck is also not a disaster, even though that sort of misplay is something I should expect top players to capitalise on and I will hopefully learn from. Yeah, Asia makes sense, seeing as I got a little bit there. CIA is still around. I have to figure CIA is still in deck, because otherwise, if CIA were in my hand, I would definitely be going Egypt. Okay, it's not terrible. I think I'm going to space. No way there's a midterm purge, that would be crazy at this point. I'm going to blockade D-Star. Has to be done. One more to France, maybe? If De Gaulle comes... De Gaulle would put it at 0-1. There's 3-4 ops left. Well, if De Gaulle comes, I'll just event Truman. But for now, let's do this. It's a real shame to not be able to hold it in the D cards to turn 3. But I'm not emptying out West Germany because that seems really quite bad with the board. Shame I didn't hit that IP war. But, well, it is what it is. You live and you learn. Ooh, didn't take IP war out of the card tracker. AI war to where? Syria and Egypt makes sense. 3 VP. I was going to have to give NASA, so I guess there's not really much I could do about that. Maybe I should have given it later. But I just wanted to give to Libya, honestly. I'm going to space Fidel because I really don't. Oh, fail again. Not what you love to see. So next action round, I will give Sotgovson. Probably just fix whatever she takes away. Pardon me. And then AR6 Truman to take Europe Dom? I don't know. Check I've got the right map cards. 21 and 5. Yep, that's right. Yeah, I had a good turn 1 hand. Played it okay, I think. She's had a better turn. Oh, thank goodness, didn't see that in the headline. Okay. I still think we give Sotgovs here, because there's no way that any country can be taken straight up if I put it back, and then I can always event Truman, turn 6, AR6. It's not ideal. Really not very happy with how it's gone. I'm going to need to pray for no redraws. Yep, so I will put 2 back there and 1 back there. Won't be taking Europe Dom, but NATO into France would be really nice right about now. But she's definitely too good a player to even think about doing that. I'm going to need to hope that the redrawn cards are kind to me next turn. If we don't see Decol or D-Style, then I'm going to be in decent shape for the mid-war. Hopefully Asia doesn't come out as well until I have a chance to do something there. Maybe flip back Lao. Yeah. It's not looking great. Haven't played for a while. Been on a bit of a losing streak, as I think I mentioned. Got a little bit tilted at times. A little bit's probably an understatement. But it's quite frustrating to lose. I don't like to lose. I'm sure nobody does. Something you try to work on with yourself, but when you lose a few games in a row, it never feels good, does it? So I haven't played for a little while. Went to the zoo yesterday. That was quite nice. Saw a lot of containment. Saw a lot of nice animals there. Hadn't been to the zoo since. Okay. Hadn't been to the zoo since I was a kid, so weirdly nostalgic. So do I vent or do I? De Gaulle is still out there. So if I do that, De Gaulle, I can't remember if it's remove 2 and add 1 or... No, it is remove 2 and add 1, so that would make it 2-3. If it was invented in the headline. And if I invent... That would be... Just trying to do math in my head. I'm not very good at it. That would be, yeah, it'd be 0-1. So, I need a 2-op to take it either way. So I think what I'm going to do is, seeing as I can't protect France from being taken with a good redraw, I'm going to do this. No. I'm going to do this because that means De Gaulle has to come for France to be taken from me. Or a redrawn Suez / Sotgovs. I'd like Algeria, but I do want to try and defend Europe at least. I don't want to just give it up, seeing as I'm already behind in Asia and the Middle East.
So my country's
Truman redraw would be nice.
Okay,
this is not what I wanted to see. I get NATO, which is nice. EU, which is good ops. CIA, not good. She gets Marshall, which I'd like to have. De Gaulle, which is going to lose me France. Warsaw, which is nice ops. Olympics, and UN. Europe. Ooh, Truman. Ooh, Truman. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. I need to think about this. This could be important, very important in the game. Okay, redraws are D-Style. Very happy to see that. Romanian. Europe. Makes things very interesting. 5-year plan. Truman. Okay, so. Of the known headlines available for her, Warsaw, no. De Gaulle, very likely. Olympics, almost certainly not going to happen with Duck in the deck. I mean, it's not likely that I redrew Duck, but it's possible. So I doubt Olympics. Marshall, obviously not. UN, obviously not. That's 5 of the 8 cards. So 3 redraws, but the De Gaulle headline would make sense, which is going to put France at 2 and 3. So I think that's a fair assumption to be operating from. I could event Truman, and either De Gaulle doesn't come out and it's 4-0 in France, or De Gaulle does come out and it's 2-0 in France. Either way, France can't be taken and you're going to have to give up a coup for it, and I should still be able to stop Dom, because I've got not terrible ops. What are my other options? I guess my other option is CIA, seeing it's a come on turn 3, but I don't really like that, so I think I'm going to do Truman. Sotgovs, well that's not a redraw I wanted to see. That's going to make denying Europe Dom. Well, I'm certainly not going to get Europe Dom. This game's not going very well now. But I suppose it does make what she does now all the more interesting. Best case scenario France, worst case scenario France is still 2-0. after this, I don't think any European country is going to be available to just take straight up. So that will force the decision between coup and investing in Europe. I would quite like to take a coup here. I would quite like to coup Panama. But I imagine what's going to happen is this, and then a coup of Libya, if I had to guess. So I think I just go here. Coup of Libya probably, hopefully not successful. If Libya gets turned, I might have to go into Jordan. UN Marshal's gonna be... That's just sad. That's a 3-4 up to... Yep, UN Marshal, here it comes. The question is what's happening. Influence, okay. Alright. France is being turned. Now I've got questions. I can dump Europe straight away. I can fill West Germany and Spain. I can coup. If I coup, what will happen? Cat will take France, probably Spain as well. I'll give 4 countries. Then I would respond with Germany and Greece. She would respond with Turkey. I would respond with Canada. She responds with Yugoslavia, and I run out of ops because I need 3 to take Benelux. And she has ops for days. So cooing, bad. Cooing bad. Okay, what are my options here? I would like to take a swing at Panama, but it just doesn't seem sensible. I can do this, which makes it 3-2. If I do that, that stops Europe Dom. It's not going to happen that way, Europe Dom. Okay, this is difficult. What's the score now? It's +1, so I could just dump it. But that means I might give up a Europe Dom long term. Then again, it's not coming back till turn 7. Oh, this is difficult. Damn you, Sokov's redraw and UN Marshal. Main thing is to not die on the VP track immediately. Is there anything I can do to cause bother aside from Europe? Aside from killing Panama, not really. It's Asia, it's 6-3, and I can't mess with the battlegrounds. Could jam South Korea, but that's pointless. I'll use my 4 up in West Germany and Spain. What my goals for the rest of the term? I want Algeria. I assume she would coup, so it would be Algeria, Angola, Zaire, Mexico. That would mean 6 ops, which I have. I have 6 ops, but I might also need to be doing something in the Middle East. Do this. Actually, not my microphone there. Don't know if it's good. Tell me in the comments if it's good or not, because beginning of turn 3 is something that I'm really not sure on, so I would appreciate someone who's better than me to tell me how I should have played it. I just think this makes sure that I can get rid of Europe safely. I certainly can't see anyway. She's going to have to take Dom here. And it means that I'm not going to get dominated in the future. It will give me reliance on France with teardown if I get that far. I assume we just see a coup now. Okay. 3 VP is nice. Yeah, I lose Algeria this way, but for 3 VP, I'm probably okay with that. crap. Someone please tell me how I should have done this. Duck and Socialists were both 3 draws, I think. I'm pretty sure I had Duck turn 1. Yes, I had Duck turn 1. Warsaw, De Gaulle and Olympics are in the hand. There's Warsaw. Yeah, that makes the pressing out of sense. So I think now it's... What's the country count here? 6, 3, 4, 5. Right. Angola? Definitely. I want to get to Angola. Is it also Mexico, or do I move into Jordan? I think I want to go Mexico, and then CIA can go Zaire. Okay, Truman's been entered, so I've got 4 cards in my hand, and she has De Gaulle, Olympics. Oh no. Very much consolidating Asia. Millops, and they hit, of course, because wars usually seem to hit when I'm around. So it's 7 to 3. That's not great, is it? I'm going to give Romanian and move into Jordan. Wait, 7-3. I take one at 7-4 and then flip one at 7-6. Oh, sorry, 6-5. I'm stopping Asia this turn, because even if I go Indonesia, flip layout would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not happening. Select use. I'll go Jordan here, just to spread out a little bit. All into Saudi, lovely. Middle East scoring's going to be not fun. Okay. Cameroon, definitely. Could break France, but it seems that's maybe not super productive. Could go here and here. Then flipping loud does stop Dom, which would be nice. Could also go Guatemala, but that not sure if that's necessary. Am I missing anything? Could take South Africa. Could buff Angola. Perhaps this. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm not sure again. Not feeling very confident at the moment in my plays. This is nice, I think. Getting to double space would be good. Okay, let me put these into the card tracker. We have got Comic-Con, Blue, Cuban Missile Crisis, Cultural Revolution. Those are the 3s. Now the 2's Hunter, Missile Envy, Liberation Theology, Willy Brandt, and then Kitchen Debates. That's 9 cards. So how far am I behind the Battlegrounds? I'm probably 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, definitely a bit more than 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 6. Okay, so that's not gonna happen. That's not great. I don't love the way this is shaping up, but you know, that's what it is. to hope that this is recording correctly. The last time I tried to record a game, it was the third game of my playoff series against Eduardo Sanz, and oh, I haven't headlined. That's really stupid. It's definitely Hunter, right? Yeah, it's Hunter. Yeah. That's just great. What are you gonna do though? Coup Libya, coup Mexico. Ops into Colombia? And other places? No, just a coup. Okay, that's low. Brush War is scary, so I'm gonna go Chile, and also Panama Canal grants me access to the top half, so I think I coup. Roll 2. Yeah, I don't think my rolls have been great this game. In fact, I think I've missed every space roll, every war roll, and except for the Cambridge 5 coup in Iran, which even a 6 wasn't going to get me in. So yeah, my rolls have been quite bad. I don't think that means I've played well, in spite of that. I definitely don't think I've played well. But I've definitely been somewhat hampered by bad RNG, I think would be somewhat fair to say. Missile Envy can be an event because, let me just double check, but yes, Duck is in a discard, so I can invent Missile Envy if the situation calls for it. A for P, is that going to flip Zaire? Yeah, that's not a surprise really. That does mean I can move into Nigeria though. Am I flipping? It should be cultural first. Should be cultural first. That's definitely should be cultural first. Get that out of the deck for good. Am I flipping back? No, I have to go to Nigeria. Taking presence here makes sense. I think I'm going to go there as well. Like Philippines to should be 7-5 now? 7-5. 3 op can. If we don't see Asia this turn, I'd like to do Lao at the end of the turn, hold a 3 op possibly. Okay, so Missile Envy can. That's not good. That's really bad actually. I think in this case I am going to flip over Zaire because I need to fight in the unscored regions to survive. Can't even get mill ops. Yeah, not overprotecting Laos a mistake. That's really bit me in the ass. Yeah, this one feels like it's somewhat slipping away from me. I've still got some fight. I'd like to move into Argentina. Space Libs, hopefully also Space D-Star. Will is something I really don't want to give at the moment because of the VP, but Libs and D-Star are obviously both worse. RTSL doesn't feel like it's been particularly kind to me so far. Perhaps that's just, I think it is due to my inexperience among other things. I only joined the community last autumn, so it's not been that long. I just feel like all these players are better. Oh. Should have vented. Okay. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm still gonna get more African battlegrounds, but hopefully I can get grain and hit Angola or something. Oh lord, this isn't good. 16. Anyway, I can't see any way to get Milops. 16. Milops will be 18. Willy might be. I'll have to space Willy. Hopefully. Miss again. I've missed every space roll. That's not fun. Every space roll. Double space would have been. Phew, that would have actually won her the game. I'm going to vent missile because we're at the stage, it's pretty dour, and I really don't think it's going to make things worse. Going to be at 19 VP. Feels like a replay of my Game 3 against Eduardo Sanz. I accidentally recorded my desktop for that one, so I didn't publish it, but it was an absolute USSR steamroll. I lost in turn 5, I got booted out of the Middle East, scored for a presence-less Dom. Every time I tried to get back in, it didn't work. I went through Algeria, Tunisia, he de-styled 2 into Libya to block me. Got the scoring, scored it. I also lost Europe turn 1 to Sorgov's huge Italy coup. Pretty sure Asia wasn't good either, I pretty much lost every region. Wow. Yeah, I should have done it a couple turns earlier, shouldn't I? What's done? Jack. Oh, I'm lost. Beat 19 VP. I don't know. Yeah, 19.
We dare not tempt them with
screwed, aren't I?
weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt.
Okay, that's 2 VP.
Can we
Okay,
be
let's.
certain beyond doubt
We will bury you.
that they will never be employed.
Brush war. Arms race. You two. I think at this stage it's got to be the scoring to just hope to try and get a couple of VPs. Yeah. Okay, and at least I get 2 VP off. Not dead yet, but with Decol D-style gunman, pretty close to dead. Salt's nice, probably ABM. Maybe it's Hunter to get in the top half of South America. Turn 3 really felt quite significant in terms of losing Europe when I had the scoring. I think if not for the Sokovs redraw, I would have been able to scrap at least somewhat. I don't know. AI war. Yeah, why not? Is that enough to win? It is, and aside from jamming 2 ops into Algeria, I don't think I can do anything about it. I have no ways to get VPs in my hand. Except for a 6 on an IP war, which feels stupid to even try, you know. But it will get me Milops, that's something. Yeah, this just feels dead. I need to take Argentina, but I don't have a clean 2-op. I need IP war from Milops. I need to invent Salt. I guess it's Suez. This just feels like really should have overprotected Lao. That would have saved me 2 Asia Doms on 14 points. Board would still be bad, but I wouldn't be about to lose, so yeah, that would be my big mistake, I would imagine. Suppose you live and you learn. not mad, I'm just disappointed in myself mostly. Yeah, this is why I'm on a losing streak, because I make mistakes. Does she have Africa? I mean, double space at any moment would have helped. I think I've missed 3 space rolls on a 66% chance of hitting, which is never. Yeah, that's it. GG. She played well. I played not quite so well. I played awfully. Yep, that's that. I don't think I could have done much in Europe, to be honest. I had to look at my hands. Good turn 1 hand, absolutely can't complain there. I got into Thailand, I got into the Western Middle East. Yeah, I controlled the decards, did everything I wanted to there. Turn 2, objectively terrible hand. Missed the IP war. Didn't have more than had 1 clean 2-op to play with the entire turn when she had this, which is good. I had some ops here, but not that many places to put them. Spread out into the mid-war regions a bit. Got destroyed in the mid-war regions here, and yeah. I made some misplays, but I'm not sure that they were bad enough to be worthy of losing the game on game 5. I think it's just my opponent played very well. Can't fault her, really. Yeah, and apologies again for mispronouncing my opponent's name so terribly. I need to start practicing those before turning on the microphone. Should definitely try that next time. But yeah, thank you for watching this rather embarrassing defeat, and that leaves me 0-2 in RTSL. Probably won't be back for a while because, as I said, it gets a bit tilting. It's easier when I'm actually talking. It makes me a bit more in control of myself, but it's not fun to lose game after game when you just feel that your opponents are just inherently better than you. I think I'm still learning, so yeah, I'll probably take a bit of a break. There's a deadline coming up at the beginning of July for an OTSL game against Chris Gentry, so that'll probably be the next time I upload. So until then, thanks for hanging out, and yeah. Not a great game today, but we'll be back